abusia ebe ma wakwaba e de aba Pinaxtv so update aye tie de ebremo brano no and then so ye wo updates bebre your stories and as updates bebre aye de ebremo and ewie bebi a wo bia e be stress wo betena se na waji wakonwa na watie yen ye update aye de ebremo na ye baga na politics musisi e de emze court nsem na doso na obehwe se nipa ba kwa men kan se na so na ye dion sebe anase nani na edin ninsem adoso ye bono regional chairman Abronye ono na sese ediem emse ninsem doso pa wo police any CID entem within a span of 3 weeks chairman ya cheno 2 times ni nyina charges no different and ye de abobo chairman Abronye ye de abobo no enti ninsem ne de said the medi kan na doso enti say nani na edin anasa sebe na so na edin dia yentimi nka na emom ye hwe said ye ninsem no be kwa akopie na yes the first case ye de che no was between the IGP and the Ghana police omo ho na ensem ni free by ya edin kan de be che no ema no call ho remand be say 2 weeks na okoba sa kopim say ye man bail otimi ekofie na after say a man bail no condition ba kwa na ewom say was say ukua da bia every Wednesday from the time a man bail no so ko na ode ne ho ko kire Ghana police na we ena ba kwa okoye eno so yesa eko che no enti ehonsem bebre na what was he saying no ankasa after say oko Wednesday a ode ne ho ko kire no yesa chi ni bio enti eno na ma no within a space of 3 weeks no ya chi no twice enti first one ena na make say Ghana within between Ghana police and IGP and a second one I buy and so director of special investigation superintendent sewonu and so and a complainants now or the huntansa ebe born ma yes ache no ebio eno was when he appeared a CID headquarters or the ho akwache yes so echi ni bio se watsena ne kasa fidie so akasa edi egu Kennedy Agyapong ni ho fin enti wei petitioner Kennedy Agyapong ni bodyguard de director of special investigations was CID headquarters sewonu or the command enti wei na oche ma che say the second inchi ayachi ni die na chese honorable Kennedy Agyapong na ehye kira wa masa enchi wei ni bodyguard na ehye kira wa ma yasa ache no for the second time enti ordinary audios nyina eba ebetudwa ewo no angasa ni show ewo ohia TV show a ono angasa to need the evidence or they ebetudwa say yes I mean ya search ni bio eno no de if the camp of honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho na eba ntini nsem de odi bebre na etudwa na obekan a honorable Kennedy Agyapong to kwan eko US ehun nsem bebre chairman Abronye ede ebetu dwa sese o hwe social media ne so from the NDC for no ho no omo a start campaign bi campaign ne kire se ubehu NDC ni a wa hye green army t-shirt and as wa hye John Dramani Mahama ni t-shirts a de campaign 2024 yi bia na o de abegina o sese CA party ono NDC ni na obi a omode ne beba obeji nanim se oto aba ama no honorable Kennedy Agyapong ya Abronye DC or chese ni nyina ye tactics enti all these things are okika no eno na e man feel say honorable Kennedy Agyapong was start here or de ensem tata no ewo CID headquarters ama sisi yasa ama no another arrest yasa achi ni bio wa bra ode ne ho kwakire ewo CID every Wednesday bia ye enra ode ne ho kwakire yasa achi no nti yenkotie ono angasa nanum the oko CID headquarters or den ho kwakire ne nsema eto no ne rearrest no yenkotie mfiri chairman Abronye ho ye ba ye besa de mu mpensembense mu no e de ato amo so
asem bia ni ho enti NDC ani abrese krodom a 24/7 Kennedy Agyapong Kennedy no mo ti Facebook I me say plan ma fan say MPP for mo ni na ho Kennedy Agyapong no omuhia ye no plan ya ono no dia ma NDC fo na NDC fo de ba no say NDC ni no ko social media no wa ye video ai me NDC ni de na mom Kennedy Agyapong ba mato aba ma MPP e adwuma ya hyehyɛ no odam e na omo de ba e te sɛ ne maame ahyehyɛ ne duku no de kɔ akoton no wa yi ase eniama na mo hu social media no eye Kennedy Agyapong ni NDC fo na ahyehyɛ ne sɛ ayi ase duku ayeton enti sa niama no mafiri ase amuhu ai me NDC ni de na mo Kennedy Agyapong ba meto ama no eye adwuma o ma hyehyɛ no wodanum ana NDC fo na ene ye okuoda sɛ de mo nyina mo nim no enkyɛ ɛna asie no na ene ye okuoda sɛ de mo nyina mo nim no enkyɛ ɛna Ghana Police Service to nsa frɛ me kokoduru ye no omo detain me to the next day ne so me call ye koduru court ho no sɛ me lawyer be kasa on kasa na ruling ayeden aye ready say ye be remand me kotwa remand ba ye no for the second appearance ne so no say lawyers no be kasa so on kasa o na ruling ayeden aye ready edi free Justice Bright Sam Akwa honom aye ready enti ne na me lawyers ne kan nyina bia na otwagu na ensem ayeden ehia no because na ne ruling ba bia se so gi ruling ne free ebe redi kire no wage ayeden afri ho yakwaba na akire abe ba ye no court no ye ne say everyone as they bia no me kokko reporto Edema Ghana Police Service everyone as they na watwe etwa mu no me bebo mama ne atete a me koya me kokko fa mu na Director of Special Investigation set se wono me kokko duru ye na ne papa mu no every officer bi o bia na so taking me record no ogitum ema me sign say my baba reporto me kokko duru o mo ka se wono ni ho a me nya kwanya ne police ni bia nyeren enkasa nti me tena ho almost 2 hours ena me free police station ho eye de koi ene okuoyi ene nyina nim se ene ye Wednesday nti na se me di mmara so ye kyekyere oman ne de esese ma oman ne mmara ye den eye adwuma nti na ye Wednesday se the court kan ye no esese me comply with the court orders no nti nei anopa ebo no nkono na me ne me lawyer akwa kopie mu ewo police aso ye me duru ye no case ba kona ye de bo me no I no ntema me call ho remand ampre no afi na police for say omo ba be charge sheet charge statement ya free me honam so mate ntimbisa omo say nti kwa me call ho remand nyina mo de me court nyina no judge ne docket ne so na charge sheet nka ho ana charge statement nyere enka ho omo say omo do omo gusu ye omo investigation ti no mentwere charge statement jomo ma me paper na me twere me charge statement yes say me twere me di ne nyina ma omo me wie ye no less than 20 minutes na ma twere me statement ya wie ye hwe animu so ombe kona another team of policemen who CID who say you under arrest ya two biem the same offense na omo de me call ya me call ho remand no police fu adana ani asana timbiem this time no with sense no first na IGP and Ghana police and a complainant this time no sense no onu nanim said the American wa me nwanem free ho ada me call police me call police aswaya ye remand me the next day yes an call ho no me wo ho na honorable Kennedy Agyapong ni bodyguard petition den ebre set se honu no ase se honu na anaje ye bodyguard no so humi ye den e ba chia me because onim me enti na ma wi a me kɔ no o matena siase na free mu ene dadua yi mene me lawyer koko duriye no sa bodyguard na or the petition ne bre honorable Kennedy Agyapong the other time no catch almost say me use the platform no edidi or no Kennedy attempt ne said say hono ni IGP attempt no the same bodyguard and nether dwe no wo CID aswe honum nti nayi complain yi eye honorable Kennedy Agyapong camp na siase and almost say me makasatia se wono na oye police officer no nti kwa do no nsesan this time no ma build another docket with the same charges na me kwa hon remand no with a different police officer omo back no internal saboteurs ifo ya mabo mudini e ka ho bi e na oma ye say such charges no aye the same ba ko na de me call ye no eno nso yi ano less than 15 minutes nya obi na ba twere me brofo amame less than 15 minutes na brofo asu paper na so fine me de ama omo se ye ma nko obi ane asese me call hospital 12 noon na se maduru hospital ho because complications ya menya ye bra me free remand ba ko ba ye na me guso ye den ehwe ase ye be free me say ye ma wo call hospital wo be wu ha wu nti o mu detain me anopa na 9 ebesi anwumre 5:30 p.m. and sana ye ma me bail of 1 million Ghana cedis enti atiefo mo amote ye say ya tsena ti Abronye ya tsena je nokore ya cheme bad kwaduru omo de bo me ni nyina no ene ba ko no nyina difference bia nim asem bia ni ho enti andisi ani abrese krodom a 24/7 Kennedy Agyapong Kennedy no mo ti Facebook ai me se pra ma fa no se NPP for mo ni na ho Kennedy Agyapong no mo siaye no plan ya ono no dia ma andisi fo na andisi fo de ba no se andisi ni no ko social media no ye video ai me andisi ni de na mo Kennedy Agyapong ba matwa ba ma MPP e ya adwuma ya hihye no odam e na omo de ba ete sene ma me ahihye ni duku no de ko akoton no wayi ase eniama na mo hu ni social media no eye Kennedy Agyapong ni NDC fo na ahihye ni se ayi ase duku ayeton enti sa niama no mo friase amuhu ai me NDC ni de na mo Kennedy Agyapong ba meto ama no eye adwuma o ma hihye no wodanum ana NDC fo no bia friase wo no ahye NDC atade me NDC ni de na mo Kennedy Agyapong ba meto eye adwuma o ma hihye because see am no kasai NDC research o ma ye eda for election 2024 ne say one be lose power with any candidate bia NDC be yi no se ba omia na ekọ 2028 ya asema me kan NDC mpanyfo a program o mo fa ni agro mo hwe
okay enti chairman Abronye na yekote se ono angasa de ne audio de to dwa no na je se utimi se 31st January no ho empopoye na bi na eba no because sisi yenya ne ntie se enche bia ye ba koye balloting no ne ehu de obeto so ballot paper no so se de ombezi ahyehye wo ho ewo flag bearership race ne ho na chairman Abronye enso so de abeto dwa sisi no honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne camp omo tata no sisi o madi nka ache ne ba ko eno de onim se Ghana police ni IGP na second one asaba ayasa ache no aye detaining no for 9 good hours and sisi no entansa mienu alleged charges mienu ene ye de abo chairman Abronye sisi no I think 27th October first one now no between ono ni IGP ne Ghana police no obekọ ho court na we second one ya chi ni nso ma no bail of 1 million Ghana cedis said ono akan with 2 sureties no ye jan no e ma ne call from anopa 9 na kosi anwumre 5 p.m. ena yegya no ukwiada enra ne yegya na na obetena TV so no say onkasa na aden ode ne nsem bebre esa ebetu dwa wa start here accuse honorable Kennedy Agyapong ne camp said the niema ekoso no omo start here omo toto de emane no ama arrest nyina abem because we're using a platform no dey agu honorable Kennedy Agyapong ho fin ne nsem bebre ono angasa ede ne audio etu dwa ede ema yen enti yes indeed honorable Kennedy Agyapong Abronye de abetu dwa say ono angasa ne bodyguard the petition for fraud the director of special investigations that was CID as for the second time ninjire mu kire say charge the born first one and second one difference be any but difference woman so any say first one is between ono any ne nsem o kan the far IGP ho ne Ghana police ho and a second one is so nsem o kan about honorable Kennedy Agyapong say honorable Kennedy Agyapong so amobi police ni bi sika ma na beche no ne nsem bebre na odi tu janti we na manfo bebre kasa say within the NPP mu ankasa na mototo pian e de wo mo ho kakra yi going into 2028 elections some of these things you are doing it is irrevocable a bedroom rebi say obeso otwe wano sign obeso otwe ho sign enyeye enti mo nhwe mo kasa mu ne mo actions are mu take prior to a year 2028 elections and mo ankasa mo 31st January flag bearership election amobeye enti yes this one there it is within omo ankasa ho na omo ede ewo omo ho ewo NPP nim chairman Abronye ede ababetu dwa say yes second in chia yachi ni there hobby and who say honorable Kennedy Agyapong the bodyguard petition for fraud bre Seth superintendent Seth se wonu ema yesa achi no wabra or CID headquarters even ne first and chia na fair kra na no otwe na no asem ye chi no ma na tray ne second chia yachi no ohwe na no asem ye njana ma na nkofie e ma ne tena hwa ma ne bo anwumre no onum empo said ono ade tu dwa na wo sen kokko hospital and so ya ntimi enjan no ama no anko na yesa eche no yes this is from chairman Abronye DC. Next on our update I mean one very very sad story arehosem pa ato yemfa Ghana man nyina any Ghanaians based in US, United States of America. And it's saying one lady back or United States of America some years back and so or twana this year so a man relocated to a United States of America acquire any masters. It's we any masters now saying go back. No that was within COVID time when I was saying go back. And a man for chair said that as at this time, no, so I'll call back. I will be no because COVID no, I'm an me I'm back until overstay kakra. And you say I'll call back now because of overstay. No more here say COVID until I overstay. Once it is on your way, so say I overstay in there. And then I back no be ding until on international can any papers. Said the be obey me. I any movement up and down. And no so now or year real estate. I Ghana what on say. Now opeso sisi dan the man hine ade. Ghana ha anti emanit na back United States but ensase otoye hunsam bebre Ghana ha oto asase a wobeto asase na tua ka but enhu konebra any court nsensem wetimi atua about be times 2 of asase ne bo na nkasa otoye no enti ni nyina ma girl yi ensem a ebobo ba ne say asset now there we free Ohio United States of America I mean 3 weeks what that demo sebi Mr. Body no cry I say akakra police for call or muko hu the body ni say I say na dodo na nkomo a yetie no kire say she was kind of battling depression kakra and nkomodie mu a even a month ago and nkomodie mu na kire say I mean ne ho mfa no because for you to buy a land in Ghana na ho nsem bebre ono ankasa so according to sources na kire say she's a bit reserved and you share that new friends bebre I'm an apartment or two or timimpo a 2-bedroom but ono kwa na team on share new friends bebre impo ni friend ba kopɛ ɛna na wo America ho ba konso so na owo ɛyɛ Ghana ha se omu mienu na no tie ɛne omu edi nkomo pa I mean aye arehosem pa ɛde ama ɛyɛ Ghana for ɛne the Ghanaian community ɛwɔ ɛyɛ United States of America lady ni din ɛyɛ Gertrude Cindy Ameniampong wakwako wu yaya ɛwɔ obi man so United States of America enti yanko he video no time the police police form wo America omo call an apartment ho ma omo ko hwe ya omo ko yi ni body ni edi free ne dem yanko he this is one very sad story yanko he I mean how the whole thing unfolded.
So for the past 3 weeks lady no would have them would not say no how many easy or would on a bed so at that damn one wapro I Brony Kroma 3 weeks ni or would that them Ohio approach them obia and cheddar obia who done a car see fear anymore done any about you oniba onikuno na me kase min suya na yentro ada so we should lady no ready na utie na no profo why na masters na no ya America ya na wo hwe ni swadi hu ne kura lady no say lady ni probi na kasa onya oprobi na kasa keto oprobi na kasa abusua mama yentie nipa o yentie nipa say depression say ne court some ne dan ten and ni bi jomu didin komo tin say ene man ketenkete we no what that them for 3 weeks I promise ne omode ne koshe police for be fa no mo konyi no mo video omo video chere me I am Jesus Christ onya obimpo na aso wakana asema chere na wakana asema mama abusua me rap not too much.
Family, the name of the lady is Gertrude Ameniampong to be an choke.
May I sure say what to see I say Ghana ni bi ewu America Ohio. Time a police for ekwa ne body na enie omo baba be refi hono mo no. Eno mo kono. Chale ayare ho. It's so sad. Chale. Oh. Ragati asemaba. Me ya sure say wo sore ye wo hunu arehosama asi ewo Ohio. Ghana ni abayo bi ewu asene dem 3 solid weeks. Eye enra on the 7th. Ena a police for ene some few friends bi ekwo bie ni pono say the way you see hunu at the beginning no. Ekwo ho no mo makwa ko hunu say abayo aye friend no Gertrude Cindy Amponsa wowu edeni fie. Acha say you can tell say na was start kra say. Na amanfo bebre na kasa. Ebi mo say onu ankasa ena eteki ne life. Ebi mo so mo say na oyare ena woye de wodi free mu. Chale yakwa kope storyline na edeba because yes na wabonte na doso. Yedie, we try to get close to the people omunima semnimu ne namfofo omuye close. Family ne die yenya family no omunkase because abayiwa na ankasa no ne namfofo no omuye close to abayiwa no omuankasa kra no omunim ne family. As it stand right now, omuguso a omu epepe ebusuafo ni bi. Na asem we say esi enra Cincinnati, Ohio around 9:30 pepe anopa 9:30 ena police fo no ko bie pono na omoko find out say eyeye nuaba Cindy watwa nananom ewo ensiedo na eba ne say ena wahye ho 3 weeks obi ehun. So according to your storyline na ye wo no Cindy eyo obi a on kan ho enko nipam like oye very reserved or sorry like enyeso won panipa but on say onipa bi wo ho no ma o feel say men kam ho kra nko nipam makwa akonya asem ena won say so empe Ghana fo mu soko because Ghana for no sometimes and she trim say ye pekasa but yes she got some few friends omo support no mo boa in case of ohia moabi anaso mo hia moabi abroche de sa nete. We have some loyal friends we are always close to us. So Cindy ene nadamfo baako ewo Ghana ekasai on the last conversation somewhere last month. Na one ne bon komo no o ma ne te ase se de eniema mu aye de ama na mate se ono ankasa kora no wonya kora obegye ne nkwa afri ono ankasa ne nsem. This is what she told the friend. Eno kasa na wo bodaman also sometimes enipa ye wo kasa bi eniema mu aye diun ha me de menya kora nka like we can make some silly comment bi. Entina girl no just say one of those but was also repeat bi no say na wo bodam wa wo tia broche eniema koso de maun bibia ekwa kama wo na wo make sa statement ti asasem no kura aka na wo wa wo tia broche wusu ahokere na mmea me wo Africa enti omu bonkomo no hye ne nkran ya na enu mu ye de papa mu ena na danfo ba akoso a owo abroche so ne bonkomo so pese o kire se Cindy na owo into real estate e Ghana. Na according to Cindy no pese o kire se wakwa akoto asase bi a wo ye hu adwuma chese asase no wa hwe hu manso ama ne sika bi obenya bia wo shepe no de ko Ghana ama chese eya America hokra no obede enka kakra because asase no na ehu ehia no pa a chese o hwe ne real estate business na ebetimi afechiniska wa toatua ho kaye bibia and a landguard for and different owners like there was a whole lot of people umu eba out obeso mu claim assassin umu dia na just was say kopie mu court wo boss assassin hoka emo chena down for no say de eniema mu aye diamond why frustrated wo hunu de wonye na after that conversation a hodi we mi na no anka nche say obeyede obeku no wanka asasem no ankyere wo no and a different persons so ma yeti ase say one ne bonkomo emo ne di asase no ho enkomo na ena leto che ne say ne ho mfa no oyare. This was somewhere last month oyare no ho nye de emfa no na sindi susu yo bia ne namfofo kakra na nkasa na omu wo ne ho no omu nim na busuafo yemfa ne se wo na wonim se sindi nimu ye sindi timicho se oh bra we de me bra no obi anim se Cindy ne brani sa na de onim sa ye ne bra no so no enim se ba ko no no so wo nche na wo babisa se ne brani no onu so nim so no se ne bra no sa na Cindy wakwa like they don't really know much about her but almost a very lovely person so who you close to her.
Okay, one very sad story. Yes, I mean, story nearby, there are so many updates about this particular issue. SC Ohio. Yes, we'll give you the next update. Same issue, no. I mean, a lot of updates about way and amount for be edit a football. But I mean, if you have people, you have to do well and check up on them. You know, competition and sensema a cost Ghana ha nipa na sa tu kwan kra kudra brocheni ade nti ye oda yenhwe na yenhwe the update the next update about on this particular story, this same story, you know. Ye besa abasisi
enti nansem hono mu ena nadamfo bi efri Ghana ebaye eno frɛ nadamfo ge bia wonim no ewa America say meba ma frɛ Cindy sa me pesen ka me kosra no but won fa adai like what ten encounter and no see no cry nancy on ne bonkomo no ne keka asase bi ho nsem amo che se ne ho kra mfa no na broche do bi ka se ne ho mfa no a se mo amani to hospital na akonto no kra de ten encounter dai ache na last time on ko friend no kra no wa mfa na Cindy su yo bi a me ametie sa na metie ubetimi afrem the whole day me mfa e bia the next 5 days am return call. That is exactly how we see Cindy not here. Intin se subambone no mianka se fi no kro me baba bijai because afi me hu senye entino wo frɛ no na wanfa no so Cindy de obɛfrɛ entino wanfrɛ no no so de wayi nani a wote ne baabi ɛna boy yi ɛbae na obɛkyɛ se no ɔte ne nka akyɛ entino ɔmbɔ hwi nye dai enko ne fie hɔ no mo na onkonko he se o ho no mo because ono kwa no enche bia no wo so sa akọ Ghana na wonche ne se waba na wonye de woni ni nhia won frɛ no eno so ki wate enti ono susu nyanto boase koye ekọ visite Cindy wo koye na tese ne ka si ho no mo efie ho no mo ni neighbors omo ye Ghana fo omo bisa no omo se Cindy omo hu no around na che but omo dwin se bia okọ holidays eno no so san okọ holidays an ko be ka kire no because last time one na kasa na nya holidays nkomo no na ebo na je so person o che ne se wa ye wa ye hye enti senka omo betimi aboa na mana bie po no se no ene agency fo no mo de dan ne ma no aha no mo ye de wo enti won ko no nko hunu wo mo ene okọ ho no kokko hu wo mo enti okọ ho no mo kokko hu wo mo no ene wo mo eka se wo mo so mo ntimi fo mo peme bie po no enti age so mo free police ene mo free police ene ene wo mo ko fie ho.
Can I video?
Yeah, you gotta stay out here though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Management?
Hello, police. Anybody home? Hello.
Enti police for no free ho no mo be no be bo Ghana mane so mo koye no eye omu sister ana o madamfo Cindy waye nyame dia woda ho no mo a che se de wo si da ho no mo no che se otum se wo wuda ho no mo no ache but omu no omu ntimi en confirm ade a ekun Cindy they can confirm it but omu be fa no e de na akọ hospital na omu akọ ye nhwehwemu ehunu ade a ekun Cindy.
You know, go on back.
Oh. Hey.
So, you guys need anything? Cool.
Good.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Good. See. Kafra. Can't I say oh? Oh, good. See. And more. Ebusiafo yes sister no makofa no yes sister no makofa no oh good see ma bna Kafra what's it Can we reach her?
I'm so disappointed. At least, come to me. At least say something to us. One cafe, no answer. You will meet again. Why? Take care.
Betty, rest in peace.
Sleep.
And any omo chechere no mo wrap ne kama omo de ne share body bag mu na chese yese omo yi ne kwatum se area ho na ho kra bon because utum se wada ho no ma che eno omo de fa Cindy ene omo de no eye dai ekoye na omo de ne ekọ no ene se no omo bisa one of the good friend ne se e de ba asem ene obeka e de a kire Cindy ene no so wo ye dai wo ka de obeka de a kire Cindy chale. It is very sad me hu bibi se ya na mera ho and sometimes in nipa minim adia eya na ye che ewo asasi so a very beautiful young lady, very beautiful. Woniba 34 years old onsa so nyini ye woniba woni kunu baby a what 2 bedroom apartment onunko anete ko mfa ba akokra emma renting dabi onunko anete because ya brochire for no sometimes ya hunu mu bon yen ena media me pese me no obi abetena ena media me mpafi ena me pese obi de me ho asem be kwa abonten ena no nko a wo hye ne fie ho no mo. Imagine say senka woni obi ena tia ena nko ba fie hu se ne ka kora so na e bia wo obeka o ma me nko chie sister Cindy anko be hunu se e bia wo da ho chale me hu bibi se ya na me ankasa na me wura ho e very sad na asemo me de mani ebe die chirpa die besi bia na I will keep on updating you ade eku no se police for the ba outer I will update you guys. Arrivederci.
All right, Abuja 4 NT. That was the update I did. Mamo free Ohio. Now, yes. Young son caught your Nimbionian for updates and twice on I am for Mamo. Now, where you call Upper West region. Upper West region, a police command no omodi a press release biaba. Now, we ena and conform you police for at your omonsa account. When I say omo a year one time, I mean big time serial killers. A year Upper West Hodoma almost some any jumedi omu didi papa I be mutremu say sebi nipa kra omutimi kum na omanwa omare na ebi mu bisa I mean since when I hu san yema we bi Ghana ha enti I mean kofuko mienu nipa mienu Upper West regional police command omotimi amayensa akamu nti yanko ne hwe omu release omo edebaye on these two suspects yensa account mo CCA no. And yes, this is from the Upper West police public affairs unit Ghana Police Service wa Upper West region. So this is what they brought. So the point one, the heading was say Upper West Police make major breakthrough in serial murder cases. And the Upper West Regional Police Command has made a major breakthrough in its investigation into a series of murder cases recorded since 2021 in the Wa municipality with the arrest of two key suspects. Into two key suspects, no, now number two, was it the suspects? Sheriff. Point one, no, I mean some kunkumbi koso Upper West region ho. I mean, enche beti se we anajo nkwa ade beche no wuda ha na we wuda ha enti no na oma ye major breakthrough say I mean ye insight me aka omo ankasa I mean a suspect allegedly it is alleged said these are the two suspects omo ensa etimi aka omo omachi the suspect Sheriff Abdullahi an ex-convict aged 30 and then Mahama Lamin aged 25 were arrested on 3rd and 6th October 2025 respectively following sustained intelligence and investigation into the recent murder of a 55-year-old security man, Mr. Issa Yaya, which occurred at Wa Dobile on September 21st, 2025. Next way no enye papa ya owu ye Mr. Issa Yaya ikra na ewu ya nenka de ewu omo wu atwam ni nyina nenka I mean investigations are still na kokoso a ye hwehwe manti na nsen yi ni paye owu ye Mr. Issa Yaya owu ye investigation na akwa lidi ami akwa che Sheriff Abdullahi ono akoda fiase aba already 30 years he's an ex-convict already 30 years and a 25-year-old ono so ye friend no Mahama Lamin ono so ya che no oyede no aka ho now e de na ehu wo mo nchen ye che wo mo no a search on the suspect, Sheriff Abdullahi, led to the retrieval of a Villan keypad mobile phone, an X-based solar-powered portable radio, a cutlass with specially designed edges, and a bicycle, all belonging to the deceased. Other items retrieved from him were a sack containing cooked meat and a pickaxe handle. Yes, and tonight I said, and near my didn't come also say I just warm baako a mobile phone, baako and so a solar powered a portable radio, baako and a second no any move try a trade trying be it's a specially designed edge, and also so and a bicycle, and also so a belonging to Nipana Wawuno a Mr. Issa Yaya. ono ena na niema ne ne dia na yesan so hu se okuta boto na boto na okuta no ye hu se nama ya noa bebre egugum ana ewo sa suspects ya ye chichi omo mienu ho yaje edi afri omo as evidence ye de be gina omo ewo court. Now point 4 no say preliminary investigations into the case revealed that the deceased was attacked while on duty and sustained severe head injuries at the scene of crime. Police retrieved a blood-sustained cement block and a knife. Not just say yes, Anajo. Papa Juma as a security man and Kofi Ekoya or the blocks Eko Sebi the blocks Ekobubo ni Trimenti Usha or say the deceased or sustaining head injury and the trimu were prepare crowd when the trim ni adenti yes then point 5 no or say a postmortem conducted at the Upper West Regional Hospital indicated that the verbal cause of death as severe head injury due to blunt force trauma. Yes, na say omoko hospital hono omano asema omoka chere police for more investigation team no the outcome of the postmortem ewo amune hono trese omo ede enema bobo ni trim or sustaining severe head injury and a man efrim. Now point 6 now say a review of the facts of the case revealed that a similar method had been observed in about 15 murder cases recorded in the region since 2021. In 2021, police recorded 4 murder cases at Paguri, Loho, Kambale, Mangu, and areas between Kalgo and Loho within the Wa municipality. 11 more of the 3 murder cases with similar modus were recorded in 2022 at the following locations in Wa: the Kulpong Yeyiri Road, around the high-ranking school on the Napo Bakole extension, Goripie near Bulenga Tiaya Media School, Paguri near Choko Sawmill around Nakore Petrosol, to Paso School area. Yes, cases no same and as a similar murder cases and as a war cases no BSC within these areas. Ayabobo within 2021 and 2022. Our cases no yes, and that is the release no. Now here transfer at the amamu on point 7 now. I'll say in most of these cases the victims were night watchmen who were attacked while on duty, and they were either strangled to death or suffered head injuries from being hit on the head with concrete cement blocks. In view of this, the Inspector General of Police deployed a team of intelligence officers and investigators to work together with the regional team on the cases, leading to the arrest of the 2. Now you say, similar cases. Most of the cases also is related to ABI. The idea bebu nipa ni trim no afrim, and I say obi oha ebe mia no kwan na the idea be chichire ne kwan ma nipa na afrimu. Some of these cases do no SCC in that particular area. My IGP a special police force call hodom say omo ko hwehwemu a no aboa amayetimi ache nipa mienu sisi Sheriff Abdullah ni Mahamuda Lamin de enim se nka bo and then Kalamin betimi about 25 years nka bo playing age na bi ne so Lamin MSSC baby ache na wa akodi ne de ensem no emu nyan kakra. Suspect Sheriff Abdullah admitted during interrogation that he has kills. He has killed 16 people in the Wa municipality since 2021. He further noted that he usually targets night watchmen and sometimes mentally challenged persons. He also indicated to police that he had killed 3 mentally challenged persons, 2 watchmen all at Bole, 1 mentally challenged man in Bandang Kwanta, and 1 mentally challenged woman in Bamboy. Nti emsa Bole Bamboy any sa area mu hono ye President John Dramani Mahama emsa ni kromo ankasa ena omo edi sa bonifusemi o chese omo target omo ye adwuma anajo night watchmen omo boban anajo bia area ha na say this particular company omo ye security job omo night duties no omo target omo ananso say omo sanso target omo a sabi omo adwumu ka omo kakra no omo no omo de sa omo nsemoni omo so a ya wudie pa kese serial killing em say ye TB nka say nipa baako to kill 16 people nipa baako They be out twice and then walk away. Addiction walk away. Addiction walk away. Sometimes you hear some of these stories now yet is a movie, but this is a real life story. Esi ama LED yetimi akwakwache nipa mienu ewo wa ama police omudi omu release aba. And yes, I mean these two people, Sharif Abdullah, Mahmoud Alamin, say omo ensem hu kakra pa. So within the space of about 2-3 years, Motimia Kunipa, Kikako do watch no about 18 people and cases now are reported. I mean, the press release a free public affairs unit from the War Police Command. Omode aba HSA these nipa minu suspects minu ayachi omu ebom bia. I mean bako Agyapong Sharif Abdullah on the Agyapong ze wakum nipa nko adunsia. I mean it is very sad, very unfortunate. I mean some of these things they see. Yes, police for eguswa omo eye enhwehwemu a ye bompaye se. I mean and some probably me every mu aba. It's very sad and very unfortunate. I see a war upper east. Police command omo the upper west. Sorry, police command omo the release. Aba ama yensa kan ye mamo updates. And yes, this is a Pinaxtv updates. The mamo brano ye the mamo back to back. So next on our story, remember the next update. Yes, so yenim say enche bia na President John Dramani Mahama was swear in some judges be ma omo ebaye omo batch no awie na doma hene kra ka ho bi swear omo in na another set of judges na was enke swear omo in high court judges and I was enka swear omo in na so antimi ama so ama ya postpone indefinitely ama abanfo bebre bisa say den na judges are here omo high court na omo be ye adwuma de ema yen no omo swearing in yetimi a suspend indefinitely now way and actually amanfo adwene ekoso say about 10 years ago anas edin expose bi ba ya high court judges about 7 of them omo ensem bebre eba ya yesi ebi mu akoje ebi mu na mponchi nyina aka ho ebi mu gigi sika trying to overturn a ruling in favor of Mohammed Adamude ebebre omo no we na manfo bebre bi say ebia investigations no enwie enti also omo call back no mu hwemu ye say de be ya these high court judges are ebe so omo yin omo so enko no mu go repeat the same thing because this was a very huge case. It was reported in Ghana, High international fronts in India. They were all talking about it. It was quite unfortunate. Ghana, as at that time, 10 years ago, a judicial system. And this is a releaser. Abba, a releaser. Abba from the judicial secretary or the Abba were releasing Ama Yensa Kembinti. Yeah, but kind no more who the womb. Na monso machine so ewo hono enti yes to all newly selected high court judges yet to be sworn in na say ye din ka select your dada aka say ye be swear omo in eno na ya twe asensen kakra indefinitely enti yes office of the judicial secretary PO box 119 Accra Ghana this is a circular release about to all newly selected high court judges yet to be sworn in. You are to take notice that due to unforeseen circumstances, the planned swearing in of newly selected High Court judges scheduled to take place tomorrow, Thursday, 9th October 2025, at the Jubilee House has been postponed indefinitely. A new date will be communicated to you. Any inconvenience is sincerely regretted. Please accept my kind regards. This is from Mr. Musa Ahmed, Judicial Secretary. I copy the Acting Chief Justice. I copy the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Yes, also a copy Secretary to the President, and I also copy members of the Judicial Council. You copy Omunyana. This is the latest update about a swearing in of judges, High Court judges. They were supposed to be sworn in today. Almost swearing in or saying and next Thursday, 9th of October, but so said the Medika unforeseen circumstances say yamfa reasons beyond unforeseen there now it is unforeseen. You can't make any amends about it. And when Amidika Kai and Ebimu say, hey, Ebiana Omushimwa, background research no in CP, because before you can bring someone into this kind of high office, and I said this front as a high court judge, yes, investigations be brave or say it's me a company who's any pain hot clean or banner you be assemble really in favor of a year Obiaos and Kasem Nukotiano said a see maybe 10 years ago and ebi mo jem ponche ebi mo so Jessica the fatable as near the maybe mo ama anas expose a buyer ema yenyina yehu bia ne ani tua enti we yes amanfo bebre allege anasa omo ka omo nsem found say yes ebia investigations no omo nhwie ye enti o se ehwe omo call machi omo background obi o wa asem a wadi pen anasa wasem a watena so pen no o se ekonu yehwem say empo how did the story go, how did the trial go, was it fair judgment and a buyer no anasa ekotia obi sa niam we nyina no niam a o se yetimi ehwem enti yenko na yenko hwe. This was another year release about this particular same story. General Buhari post here. Now, on the end, there's a twist to this whole thing. Say, hey, now, so what is really going on? And here another post a buyer from General Buhari on a. Okay, yes. So next on our story, yes, we have. Our story our updates mamo. Yes, President John Dramani Mahama is also abekasa and na Public Accounts Committee or motenase and now go into the accounts and as the books of a year. Some of these officials are taking a year office for the past year months how they've dealt with their books and omo records are about omusikasem at the Public Accounts Committee. Now President John Dramani nsembia tudwa abra okọ ho mokoye samunhyiamudie bi ewo honom or the nsembia tudwa or they tudwa say the findings and the losses are recorded here Auditor General recorded here Public Accounts Committee omotenase no. Some of these losses any unexplained expenditure kukoso no omo betenase na they will crack the whip when you enjoy my name kwa sa no ye betenase ne ahwehwem ne atenase ahwehwem yie ne ehu say usika we ya wontimi ntrase den na sika we call ye na ehu entansa ne ehu asotwe bi a wo se ye de ma wo no ye de amount ye nkone enkotie from President John Dramani Mahama ne nsema odi tudwa ewo ho.
Recently, I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee, and it's so pathetic. Why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee, and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, things? I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report. That persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam. Fast-track, before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. Until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do? And so we're going to have a meeting, we're going to brainstorm. We've not fully implemented the constitutional provision. There's a part of the provision that says after the Public Accounts Committee has sat on the Auditor General's report, Parliament must set up a committee. What we don't know is whether it should be a parliamentary committee or it's a committee not necessarily made of parliamentarians to implement the findings of the Auditor General. Right now what we use is the audits, the ARICs. Every department is supposed to set up an ARIC. But once they've come from the Public Accounts Committee, virtually nobody follows up on what the recommendations that were given. And so the audit reports implementation committees are not working. And so we must find a way where we are able to create a deterrent until people know that you can be held responsible for these things that you do. They'll continue to do the same thing. And so after Thursday, I'm sure we'll come up with some way where persons who are culpable of misusing the resources of the people.
Yes, Abuja, 15.8 billion. Ghana cedis irregularities also a public accounts committee and some able to two jano. I mean, yes, fast track and President John Dramani Mahama de two jano. I mean, a lot of irregularities course no. I mean, yes, fast tracks is answer one straight and then President John Dramani Mahama edia two jano and 10 terms one year do. Now next on our update. Koso chairman would to me. Now chairman and Nsembe brain the abubono. I mean Obika said this is some kind of a political witch hunt. Now Ebimuzu said no. Wabo or minor cat. Ejuma oye nyina ne charges the abuboni nyina alleged charges the abuboni nyina said yes. I mean we di or minor bonnet because forest in New Abubu no. Yes, I mean there is an update about HSA chairman if found guilty of a charges they are born now bet me outcomes so many years until you have updates on it. How many years are chairman bet me outcome in case he's found a year guilty. Now the charges they are born you can see one of them will screen so charges against a chairman one of them counts one. That is one of them. Undertaking a mining operation without a license, a Contact Mining Company Limited is accused of operating a mining concession at a Summer Boy in 2022 without a valid license from a minister, contrary to Section 992A of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, as amended by Act 995. Yes, and also he's accused of operating without a license. Now, way every Ghana where but breakdown of a charges I about a year chairman to me any impo if he's found guilty. How many years now obey me akum? I mean, yes, and the amount of Bobby brain does. And let's go on and take you through this reportage and I said this write up from Ghana Web. Now, I must say 106 years or 25 years, the maximum jail term Untumi could get if he's found guilty. See, let's go through it. The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Enchibu Osiakon, also known as Chairman Untumi, has been slapped with about 7 criminal charges for his alleged involvement in illegal mining, Galamsey, in two separate cases. Not just a chairman won't me ankasa says cases mienu ene de abono I mean cases mienu necessary ne ho afori mu na inside 2 cases no ya bono 7 charges into 2 cases with 7 charges and that is the very first part and also 7 criminal charges his alleged involvement in illegal mining and no any idea bono. So in the first case, I mean very first case no, Untumi is facing the charge of assignment of mineral rights without approval, contrary to Section 14(1) and Section 992B of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, as amended by Section 3 of the Minerals and Mining Amendment Act 2019-993. Yes, now in the first case no. Ena yede abo chairman Untumi na just say ne nsamne de edoso pa enti yes that is the very first part and 2 counts of undertaking mining operations without a license contrary to Minerals Act 2006 at 703. 1 count of felling trees in a forest reserve without a license contrary to Section 1A of the Forest Protection Amendments Act 2002 Act 624 and also send me can boss man obubu enua egu in our forest reserve without any license and also so yebako say obubu enua egu because mining no illegal mining no be ya say duane so amount for people were selling their cocoa because also you send you any before you get access to the ground itself and sana where to amanano ede akum. 1 count of erecting buildings in a forest reserve without a license, contrary to Section 1B of the Forest Protection Amendment Act 2002, Act 624. And also so try say, sisi dan impo kroma nkasakra wo si dan a yehwehwem ne okoje permit asana wasi dan no, but chema won to me say allegedly wasisi dan bebre ewo enye ewo your forest nim without a license I beboa no say obetimi impo I erected those buildings and I said those structures ewo the forest reserve. Then 1 count of abetting unauthorized erection of buildings contrary to Section 1B of the Forest Protection Amendment Act 2002, Act 624. So, Bakone yesa onu ankasa ena wakwakusida ena bakon so he was aiding, and I say he was abetting na ofwaso. And see, at this point, yebetinya ka say ebiana he was releasing funds to them. So munye na unsi dan way in support of his company Akonta Mining. And in the first case, for the crime of assignment of mineral rights without approval, Wontumi faces a jail term of not less than 15 years and not more than 25 years if he is convicted. Now, yes, in the first case, no, say or the mineral rights without a approval, say assembly didn't bona obeti yakum with between 15 to 25 years. And now obetimi akum. And the first case no wo 2 charges. And the first charge no between 15 and 25 years. Second charge no for the crime of purposely facilitating an unlicensed mining operation. Wontumi also faces a jail term of not less than 15 to 25 years. In the cases mienu no emu bia say bubona obetimi akum 15 to 25 years, 15 to 25 years. Minimum of 15, maximum of 25 years. And I know your very first case. And also our second case. In the second case, no, and also any breakdown in yours for the crime of undertaking mining operations without a license, which may face a jail term of 15 years and not more than 25 years. In the second case, no, because mining operations, no, it is in different areas. And see, so I had the NA, I started in who case about another area also there. Then for the crime of felling trees in a forest reserve without a license, he faces a prison term not more than 2 years. He will also be required to pay the commissioner responsible for lands twice in the commercial value of each tree or of the timber or forest produce, which is subject matter of the offense. You bet me so ashana mane tuestika enua you calculate within that specific area now. And as acres or hectares of land no enua no obetua twice of its market value. And enua no yakikabom na say about 400 trees, 500 trees na buya obetua twice of its value at the ama lands commissioner responsible for lands the commercial value no for abetting the unauthorized felling of trees. He faces a prison term of not more than 2 years. And so he will also be required to pay the commissioner. Yes, he faces the same punishment. Yes, he faces the same punishment for erecting buildings in a forest reserve without a license and abetting unauthorized erection of buildings in a forest reserve. And yes, this is what Chema wants to make him face. So the total prison term Chema wants to make akum when he's found guilty. If Wontumi is found guilty for all the crimes he has been charged with us and is given the maximum sanctions by the courts, how many years is he expected to be in prison? One might think, say, yeah. So, however, so this means that Wontumi is likely to serve a prison term of 25 years maximum if he is convicted of all the crimes he has been charged with. And that is what a year about Chema Wontumi. 25 years no okay Kamboma within a year 2 cases now. Within 2 cases no charges 7 a womb a be a 15 a be a 25 okay Kamboma just a chairman Abronye 100 plus years and a wohonum. And yes, this is the update. If we Chema Wontumi a case no eba se and some na the abono no say empo odifo ewo mu a the charges and as in the prison terms and some of them are fines that he's supposed to pay. This is the update. A woman, mamo. Yes, this is a chairman. To me, the case no, and the bomb way and every most case where the one here na a fine and because after chairman to me is arrest illegal mining no, and I said I'm saying that won't try. I feel crying and I kesi mu eba say we have Chinese people the very recent story about we have Chinese people omo aba and ka omo ko bribe or him be 2 million Ghana cedis say nka omo to us now to me say I mean galam say no omo nyanya ye nti ye hwe chema won to many cases the extent of which it can go I beboa Ghana for nyina be serve with justice. Next on our update, the late Nana Safo Kantanka, there is an update a free Nakache and so but now what is happening? What is going on? An update we about say the right air and I said you bet me di Nana Safo Kantanka na die pa Agyapong Sarah Agyapong former Dome Kwabenya MP ono ena tipping aba say ono ena betimi edi Nana Safo Kantanka obetimi edi na ade because per sources na say about 20 years ago ena obo ni din say ono no de ne etena ne na so am say free hono mo eba no na ye nana wanyini kakra na wanyina fine ohun ni say at a point in time no so onyo obi a obetimi ehun say nipa we de betimi de meniema agya no nti it was mentioned there from the source they say 20 years ago and obo din say o de Sarah Agyapong mom atena ne na so in case of anything no Sarah Agyapong should take over and yenko tie from the very source, a very surprising source. Yes, a very surprising source. Osebo the Zaraman. Now Osebo the Zaraman, you know him say the Nana Safo Kantanka the chidi for and I said the disciples no bako any Osebo the Zaraman Christo Asafo Odi kama pa one of the disciples staunch disciple of Nana Safo Kantanka and say if you know ni show on Nana Romeo OK FM na or the exactly what he said. Nana Romeo described this as coming from the horses own mouth.
Na nachi mobetumi aye nachi ye ni nyuma obiebie ye ni mfuo ene ne factory baby omoye ne cars ni de kanka hu mujiri se ya papa Apostle Joseph oni hoyi nachi emeye basa ekire se be 20 years ago ena wo kan se wa ro ne nemu mpaboa e de ahye eye ne baba a oye ohima eye adwoa. Oh wow. Wayi ne mpaboa e de ahye no ya bebuo kasa so obi kasa wayi ne mpaboa e de ahye no a na kire se wonim ni ane ba no ebetumi aye megiri se one ne ba no edi nkomo bebri e kan sem bebri e kire no na obi a onim adwoa bia so nim se adwoa e ye obi a ade bia odi besi na ni so se obi bia no otumi eye samre ya ne papa enya ne ba ebi ko na ye nyina ye di abubu yi megiri se ensem bebri papa ka kire no ene mpaboa na weyi a kire no nti obema na hoden a obetimi di aye saade nyina because one ne ba panyini and say na chidie ade bi efi nyame bia enu a eguo enam say papa na ofi nyame nti na chi ntimi nya basa ada amen ye be ye de o kire yen say yenye amankofo mu say ayampa na chidifo ne ye no yenum bi ye be ye menyini say basa bia beba. Okay, na watwe ya mu ne ehu rumors bi on tin time no so say Apostle Joseph family issues strong warning over Joseph Jr. Emma yehu say yese ma general public no ne Apostle Joseph Jr. endili ewo aye ni hihye bia ho yehu ye no ye fa ne say social media for na maka mo hi yanye ani wo hai yese enwumeda etini ni wura no ena do fi ensu ase ba no ena oka de ekoso ho kirewa obegye di
no krebe na was a warning na ye hu abontino ana eye bosiremu kan semi a de bia manfo kanibia
medase enye bosiremu kan nsem sene mu hu no no saa pepepe enete na you see ade ba ko ade bia mekanie so sem see yini odansini ba ko enum asem so emu aten obi wa obeti obi asem onte asem na se oni asem no baby free any baby eko once odi nani ehu nko de no ankasa de na no atum na wo ka bi but obi fi asem ye nka na sa empenfo si bi fa obi beton na kokko bi de no na bibi nti na orton na kokko bi de all this while bibi say enya nsira and say bibi say eba ene na ubi sase eden ena na wosoro a enti etwa ahoma na antimi a metofom na bibi sum se na bibi ensom dia na nketwa se ahoma na etofom antofom dia e kire se bibi ekuram ene se kukuru ni jaya keka no so ebejai enti megiri se before ebusua no edisa statement no eba abontin no na ebia o matete se nsem bi akoso wa abra ebusua no enya awe enu nti etwa se omo issue statement bi sei se ne ebeye na wotena obi nkogina nka se ana aposafo ba no kra be sei abeye senti no na ede enguase ebeka ebusua no enti megiri se omo nimdie nti a omo de sa statement no eba abontin
na abusua no asunje wom papa wu achi.
Oh yes.
Bibia ye boko.
You see, so because asumdie nimu a na menhu de nipa no e pa kire menum asumdie kra ope.
Warning na e ba ye nti na omanfo peso mu se bibia boko abusua no.
For the fact say bibia ye boko no nche se bibi nko ya ye ntime ma warning. For the fact say ya ma warning no enkire se ye nua no onye ye nua. Ye nua no ye ntan no e bia na ne ye bi e na ye tan but ono as person yen tino but ebia ne ye ebi ena abusuani hu ya anya omu fe ema omudi saade no ebeto abonten o man fa meto abonten se omu begu nanim ase ana se ye be ma wiase nyina ehunu se no su nipa bonini ana bibi ebi ni wiase da ana ye yi na fi abusuani mu da bi o ye jaba ye yi na fi abusuani mu a enyeye ne mum de ne twasa abusuano so ye se ne be ye na mfa ni guase emma ye papa no ni ko ati no ena megidi se omo transi hu se we de ye ni se ya ebeboa yen ena ma omo ye with no other hard feelings be ase ye nua ye tan no ana se dabi it ka say omo ye because of a bia ne omo tete ye nti ekina asem na mfani gwase bia enkoma entina bibi sa
ye hu se asore no yi obi a obe take over asore no eno so na enokre
ba so I enokre
what take over
papa ema ye ti ase se niko echi no it was say yenya obi obe represent no for 3 months 3 months no so a afi ne mama yensa no eye nana akofuna ene figo ayefe nana yaw ena junior the golden boy omumi yensa no it was say yi omu baako ema no eba na obeyi leader na odi ni tumi ebata nachi enti ye yi no obi say onhwe akire man for 3 months according to papa ni wish and he say 3 months no so a ena ebeyi ni mani mu baako na obeyi leader.
Okay, enti a staunch disciple of Nana Kwadwo Safo Kantanka Kristo Asafo Osebo the Zaraman and Ekuti Ensama the two dry the aftermath of Nana Kwadwo Safo Kantanka Ofrimono. Now the updates from Daddy Lumba yenina yanyanentie say the data ba ene baby a poti ayebeye Daddy Lumba na ye no ni nyina yanyanentie dada. Now what is the latest update? Latest update eba ene se oheneba se wa bonsu of oheneba media yenyanentie say odobroni second wife of Daddy Lumba SU no edena court what about some sense bi ho ode oheneba se wa bonsu odena court ema ebeye nsem bebre. A lot of people were talking about it say pa say why sir because my men no amanfo sebe de nanim twitwi form dodo ebi mo kasa bebre de gu ma men ho fin ade no mo yes sir. So a lot of people were very happy about the outcome kyerɛ sɛ ɔdɔ broni asu this media personality ɔde no akɔ court a wawɔne ne sɛ ɛma ne nka Daddy Lumba ho asɛm biara bio ɛyie ne nhyehyɛeɛ ne family ho asɛm deɛ ɛma ɔnbɔ so ɛnka ho asɛm biara bio enti ɛbɛtɔ abɔnten ma amanfo bebree edidi ho nkɔmɔ bebree na enkyɛn na lady na ankasa ɔheneba asɛwa bonsu of ɔheneba media ɔno ankasa ba abɔnten a ɔde update was that particular lawsuit no ho but what is she really saying eti ebeko na ya kwa kotie free ohima asewa bonso ono ankasa nanum about the lawsuit aba no sempo what is really in that lawsuit and I say no kresa nya no yenko na yenko nkotie free ohima asewa bonso ho area ebeba sisi
mama motie because enkrofo tie say assume em say 2 weeks ago and na enkrofo obohire enkrofo ani age time kra yensiu me no krofo be kan say maame say wasi ko de amage yidie ene na me kra de ene wontena ho krofo be kan sem bibiri abusua no kra no kra de bia me kan de bi say o ye adwuma we on na wa adwen say obagi sika afiri wo bi ho ene wa be kan asem bi amena favor nipa na meka say wani mbegu ase because ene enche na nipa yi nipa ama ansa na me church court me nsem ni mu no me kai time a that room be wu ye nsam kakra ba ya me na me kan sembi wo ho na obi afre company number nyame nhyira wo ka no kre adwuma na wo ye no entie de obi ka enti nipa me so me obi a wo ye wa adwen so obo maba so kwa wo de obi so omo mfre na metimi gina phone so de me nka hwe because se na wa hwa nipa na wo no ka che so wo bo adwuma no later on obesa aka nsem foforo ade etia enti ye hwe time e kan se asiu bi no ba asiu ne de no kra bi anim fake ade a ba abonten na nkofo ye bibi sebe ya e bi aniema bi wo ho a ye betime twitwa so enti ande no kra bi a anim me ne odobroni eni asam me ne maame ni asam nsam ne ba ye no maame se wa minjia ne da ne number kra me nim at asam de ba na amfeva obia de amfeva no obetwin se bi atan na wotan no anasa ompena asam na munim ma shade bi nso time I can't say yes you no ma sha nema bebre enso ya me pese ye nyina no ye mfa na nya futu on say me kasa ye bu no me can say enkrofo free company number nyame nhira wo ya ade enu adwuma na wo ye no me ba che yes you me no san krofo kro na na o mo frɛ no obi anu ho frɛ bi sanso maame yes you ne akosi say eye no kre ana say empo enya no kre na dem pesa me can say de bia ya na first na social media me kan asem bi e wo tiktokers ni bia o tim ka se me do we me pe we asem ti me gisika na makon am obi no imagine say nanka ya no kro se siu ne asiu mi a enka san krofo no se me di wo bi achi anka ye me duum a enka me we on say enka na say kama ye adwuma hu ebia enye mia na me ye madwuma na ebia ba bia na pesa me kama asem ko me ka koye na ye say me di nipa bi achi bible say ye ni nipa dodo achi enye bone asem we si ye ne bisua ne ma bebiri efiri mu say odo say ye nsiu medie nanso san krofo na dakro nipa be 20 nipa be 30 efreme ebo abaso no nipa cho esi ye obi na ofre bibiem enti na me hwa seka me sorry a menya ko obi na ko obi krakas eye bibi sa na esi krampa wo lawyer na wo obi a emfi enti we na me mama wo say obi ha wonu obi na ma no yo duodum wade we koye ade we say at the end of the day no ukoye na ho ka adwa mu a nipa ebetwe wo mo ho nipa me even maame ni pass abe me kan na favor no maame ni minim ne number maame ni mpo no wan frɛ me da pa cho de me kan what say eti enye se ha me sign say me de adwuma na me ye na me nkum ma obi se me ko ama me we bi atim akoso ase wa na se bia me tan odoburoni sabe odoburoni ni ho na nya de so obi de ne ma ebe ma me ana se obi e de na japade ebe ma me hwe na nsen ho me ti bibi mi obi a mo shada follow me no me no kre e na me kan me ti bibi ma no kran kan ba be kan ho asem pa na ka me be kan e be favor odoburoni nti nkrofo be ka say yesi wu nti na afa de o pen aba wo me adwuma na me yende bia me kan asem se enu nti nkrofo timi bisa me se adan wabo ho ba me ni hwe me nko ba bia so kra me nko bi de tell say me kan asem a
Abusua enti yes oheneba sewa bonsu na yekote ne nka se odi ono ankasa na no disem after the aftermath of a year allegedly about bontin say ye Otobroni the second wife of Daddy Lumba Esu no odi ono ankasa na no disem ade abetu dwa se nye no kre say Esu no ne mpo no ma me na ankasa kra no on sheda ne ni eye yonkofa bia sa enti said ye no from memuni ade no ni nyina enye no kre odi afutu nso bebre etato about o man no mo ye no hey praise the Lord praise the Lord o mo angasa ne saba abonte be so crucify him enti ya na wahwe wo ho ye enti yes that is from oheneba sewa bonsu ne update odi about alleged siwa Otobroni esu no yes so we'll bring you an update on that particular story. No, the free more abebia, yebema mason ate, ebusu apenyi confuse. Then some more the atutuja about lumbe ye ni adinina and yebema mason ate. Next on our update, stick and stay with us. Now, more updates and from real. We still have a lot of updates. I did ebema na what me eti na who the ekoswankasa ewo Ghana maimuha. Now, yes. From the Ghana Armed Forces, the betu just say omo recruitment. Nipa dodo na TB who ete honsem ma ebi mutu ho anamon ko perform story ni ade. Na we na Honorable Sam George ede betu dwa one Dafiamakpo omo ede betu dwa say cut off point and as age maximum age ayede ama recruitment no and na say omo betimi akọ Ghana Armed Forces ni omo betimi abedi soldier ewo Ghana maimu ha 25 years ne de enke so entinka yemfa ebi enka ho emfa ema omo eto form so no say de be ya omo manyini ebi a 30 to 35 years between that's age span no omo de be say 10 years e de aka ho a omo hu say all these people no nka still na omo ahode kakra wo mumu so ehunu kakra wo mumu a omo ebetimi e de abeboa Ghana Armed Forces no ama omo dwumadi etimi akonkan enti omo de beto dwa bebre ma yes a lot of people omo enso ede ebeto so ekeka bi ede boa Honorable Sam George ebim so baye ebeka bi editia Honorable Sam George ene Dafiamakpo na yen here on our screens. This is from Honorable Samuel Nate George. Now the auditor you say I honestly believe it is time for our beloved nation to re-examine the maximum age for enlistment into our military services. There are people in their 30s who are physically fit and sound enough to serve their nation. We must not deny them this opportunity simply because of their age. Now, say first part, no person chairs or no kasa de or titum say Ghana as a nation or yen examine and as a yen review and as a yen sanhwemu bio age I expect is obi di answer na wetimi apply for here so jamu kwan no yen hwe because 25 years cut off point age points na dey ato ne dey because ye won conform maybe 30 plus they are still strong omadwemu da ho fine a ombetimi a serve omo nation and also to just say these there are precedents across the world. I believe an upper limit of 35 years would serve our young people better. Let's nurture their dreams and not kill it for God and a country. In a way, and Honorable Sam Nate George, the Ebetuja, Dafiamakpo so be two just say yes. I mean what yes, Sam George Ekano and so no cray I was saying Ghana yemfa endi juma. Now this is also from Reverend John Intim Fojo MP. And also next someone or the Ebetuja to counter against what Sam George said what exactly he said or say Honorable Sam George and Honorable Dafiamakpo's call for unqualified overage NDC foot soldiers into military is misconceived and misguided populist agenda. We will resist every attempt by the NDC to load the overage foot soldiers into the Ghana Armed Forces. So yes, we will resist every attempt by the NDC to load the overage foot soldiers into the Ghana Armed Forces. Ghana Armed Forces is not a dumping ground for overage NDC foot soldiers. Now, so Chema, I see Honorable Sam George and Honorable Dafemapo or more call for a unqualified overage NDC foot soldiers or more NDC for the past 8 years. No, or more than come try so bet me a call a military ni mu and I say or my soldier or my Ghana Hano or my Yamukai within 8 years no. From a Reverend John in Tim Fojo, age are catching up on them. And they are finding ways and means sank of Kowe, you bet me a deal more about a year Ghana Armed Forces. No party. This is a misguided populist agenda. It is a misconceived and misguided populist agenda. And you know, who say, who here be our Sato say. Ombe try so ombe resist NDC oma attempt bia omode overage foot soldiers ombe so omde omoba Ghana Armed Forces nimu enti we na omo ede etudwa so Ghana Armed Forces is not a dumping ground for overage NDC foot soldiers. And also the to say NDC cabinet ministers and parliamentary leadership must be made to know that it is extremely backward and dangerous to force unqualified people into the military as a reward for party patronage. And as a hands over, so I said, Darby, NDC, cabinet ministers, and the parliamentary leadership, no, also move say a very bad and a backward and dangerous, say, qualify ye do a Ghana, army nim, and as a military nim, just to reward them for ejumedi edeboa party, no, and I said their patronage. For the NDC party, no, in the Omon Peninsula, Emma, NDC for Enye Sajumano, Undi Sajumano for unqualified person, Bia, Emma, the military nimo. And also stop the undue interference in the creditable and professional recruitment process underway by the Ghana Armed Forces. They say, Omonshana, Omunjai, Omo interferences, Omo Ede the credible recruitment process Ghana Armed Forces omo de egu akwan ma sese omo de funny pa omo de omo shortlisting na wa qualify no omo de afa no. And this is from the camp of the NPP trying to let the NDC know said that be enya more time and ayeba be breaking rules no de ama mo foot soldiers omo edi abro so they are overaged yeba be more akwanya no mo era military name. Now here we are. Roxanne Nelson Dafiamapo Esquire MP. Ono ne dear or the abba because there were calls. Say there were some countries are more a cut-off points, you know, because 35 years, a bit more 30 years. Na Odinchemuaba say omo but your form within 35 years. No, why? And a work screen as well. Yes, and I'll say I have had many calls from our party foot soldiers regarding the army recruitment and maximum age of prospective applicants. They aren't happy. So I decided to look at some countries as their set standards in this matter. These are my findings. And in the findings, also when your calls say the party foot soldiers don't want to also cry the beton and him say 25 years in a day. A better than I answer yet me and your mukwain. Now what the ababa to just say beyond 25 years no. Let's look at their criteria. And I said, dang, the moment me funny bro up to the age of 25 years, more than 25 years, up to 35 years. Now, say one, Benin, or minimum 21 years for voluntary enlistment a year, and a maximum of 35 years. And see, or more voluntary enlistment. And me pet said the Russia-Ukraine war, I can say Ukraine for a short a year fighters. And pe omo back volunteer na omo akwa kontokwa ne bi nti no e voluntary no it doesn't come with any normal benefits a chesen omo ya enlist omo with a cut-off age points of 25 years no more benefits no and yet the same thing and voluntary enlistments for no munya and 21 years to 35 years for Benin and numpono voluntary enlistments. Now Cote d'Ivoire And I say Ivory Coast, almost a minimum of 18 for both voluntary and compulsory service, maximum of a year 35 years. So that compulsory service, not to say be a national service, and it be a okwakoye. And no any timi kokodru 35 years. You were Egypt almost what 13, a minimum of 18 and a maximum of a year 30 years. You were Kenya almost what 18, maximum varies by role 26 years. General duty recruits and general service officer GSO. Cadets 30 years, specialist officers and tradesmen, women 39 years for chaplains, imams and others. And see, or more special roles. A bit more a service, a bit more a pam soja antade, a bit more soja niata de tia, or more NA amendments, a bit more pabwa, some of them they are a bit more yem pabuangasa de soldiers. Some of them are for chaplaincy. And also so a bit more imam, a bit more also a software, a formal, a year military, no, a bit tradesmen, specialist officers and tradesmen. And the bit you was special duty the man a year soldier who maintain a year formal above that age, and that is a year coming from Egypt. And we also have 26 years. And then we have Malawi 18 years, and then maximum varies by qualification level, 24 years for general recruits with a Malawi school certificates of education, MSCE, 28 years and above. So this is some of the countries or they above. We have UK and so we have Brazil, United States of America. It's United States now here, a minimum of 17 years with a parental consent. Maximum varies by service branch. U.S. Army 35 years for enlisted personnel. The maximum for active year duty. Army Reserves and Army National Guard was increased to 42 in 2015, although waivers may be required. So that is what we have. Canada and so it was 17 years. Any idea or more edi aba. Anyway, and I'm on for a break. Or more comments about. So basically, the NDC call for a year 25 years. I pajama 35 years. No, there is a counter from a Reverend John in Tim Forjo from the camp of the NPP. I also said dabi. Pene and my mom from foot soldiers or many bro and no crano 35 years. No, a man for us betty age so I'm 42 for 47 for because you did 35, 34, 33. Omunyina ba be remu bi ntia no and a free a year. Reverend John in Tim Forjo ho ede ba na we na man for be brede omo e comments aba ntia hwe comments ni bi under a honorable Samuel Nate George ni post ni so. Way is from area Wilfred Isaiah Kojo Kokonu. Or say ba honorable, you are very close to the president and he's the commander in chief of the armed forces. It only takes one meeting with him for this issue to be addressed and amended to benefit the good people of Ghana. So when you also speak about the problem, the same problem can be solved through your influence. It becomes difficult for us to agree with you. We have entrusted this power to you because we believe in your leadership. We humbly plead with you, Honorable, please do something about it. Ghana is counting on you. It's the same way na yana dodona eka ho asem no. Kyerɛ sɛ minister ni ndi no social media. Some of these things, I had a meeting with the president, the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Was say cut-off point of 25 years, and they cut 35 years so that it will benefit most Ghanaians. I don't know the Ghana for don't want to have a bomb at the amount. Now the better just say, now you're really mana and Fasobia, and I say, and I said the outcome no, and favor Ghana for and no, and the Magana for be brave ba. And some of the commodity in their course, said people wanted to talk to Honorable Sam George. Some of these things also try or backstage. Who we are, the outcome now they are between enemy. We're so free. Some play and simple. Yes, I didn't party here. And simple and what trend is on also say exactly some 25 years old get tired climbing one flight of stairs, yet they are the ones qualified. Meanwhile, solid 33-year-olds are benched. Make it make sense. To make it make sense, no. Where's also the last part of the comments and not say honorable to one among my name is social media post keke. One gasa bet me to one among amana boy. Where's so free John Mark ample for also say at the end of the day, 33 years old, 33-year-olds are suddenly reborn to be 25 years to fulfill this same argument. They said in America, no, they got 35, I been 42 for maybe some more 35. 25, no, from John Mark Ampofo, no, so allegedly, also Kase, amount for people they are reborn to become 25 years, even though I'm more 33 and 34, so I know more about 25 years near for more soldier. Salahuddin Ibrahim. The nature of modern defense has evolved. Recent events like the drone and missile warfare seen between Iran and Israel prove that contemporary conflicts relies as much on mental acuity and technical expertise as on physical strength. In a national emergency, we would need to call upon all able-bodied citizens from 18 to 40 to prepare for this reality. It is logical to raise maximum age for military recruitment from 27 to 40. This ensures we can utilize the valuable skills and experience of a broader segment of our population. Yes, I'm for the submission eba dodona edi eba. That is a ushemwa. Waiting good news for the Ghanaian populace, but NPP for also said that be that since politics party. You can't use this to come and score political points. And so many dimensions on this particular story. And one side of the citizens and the other side of the opposition NPP party, and then the stand of the New Democratic Congress, the NDC, coming from Honorable Sam George and Daffy Makpo. The very last comment we can take. God bless the USA, 17 to 42 years. So Ghana, why 25 years? And also Michael Kwabla Asilevi on also any updater or the and a commenter or the buyer and so this is a Pinaxtv updater the Bremo. This is a Ghana Armed Forces or more recruitment and who ensem and the ababe tomo nimuno the updates from a year all sides and I say all sections, the view of the citizenry, the view of the opposition, and the view of the governing party NDC. Yanko and Semna Sonia Mamo updates no. The next updates are the Bremo. Yes, 2 Chinese nationals Yachiomo. 2 Chinese nationals Yensa aka omo Yachiomo. Galamse na yenim senka etu etwa no still na ekoso ama Chinese form yenu yensa aka omo omo akwakodi aban ekukumu saa so na NIMOS National Anti-Illegal Mining omo so ensa aka enkofo bebre. So these are the 2 Chinese people Ghana yache omo omo from NIMOS. So they were apprehended during an enforcement exercise led by NIMOS operation. So this is from Felix Kwachi Ofosu and or the Abetu screen. So the Amayen or said NIMOS best Chinese nationals involved in Galamsey. On Wednesday, 8th October 2025, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS Task Force arrested 2 Chinese nationals engaging in illegal mining activities in the Tano Anya Forest Reserve in the Jomora area of the Western North region. Now, yes, already omo aben honorable area. Omo ache sani patu you. Omo say a Toyota Land Cruiser V8 with registration number GR 44214. 4 excavators. So items seized. ISR destroyer included. Toyota Land Cruiser V8 with registration number GR 442-14 and 4 excavators. Then 2 heavy water pumping machines and 12 makeshift structures were destroyed. And this is the outcome of NIMOS operations are and so 2 foreign nationals China for yensa aso omo emu omo structures omo sisi our forest ni mu no omo ahyehyɛ ni nyinaa omo atwagya atum sɛ na ehu wɔ screen so no omo atwagya atum ana omo sisi omo cars Land Cruiser baako and 4 excavators and water pumping machines. So that's what we have on our screen. Joy Online. NIMOS arrest several foreigners in illegal mining. This is a year from NIMOS They've arrested several other people. Now, what we have on our screen is the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. NIMO's task force arrested 2 Chinese nationals and intercepted several Burkinabe workers in separate anti-galamsey operations in the western north and then western regions. And yes, Nipa 2 and Yechiomo and Ebimuso ye Burkina Faso for Omufri Burkina and Omufri Sorohoton Bedru Jomoro and Omo Ebeye Galamsey. On Wednesday, October 28th, October 2025, the task force stormed the Tano Anya Forest Reserve in Jomoro after intelligence indicated that illegal mining was taking place along the Tano River. Access was initially delayed by forest guards, but operatives forced entry into the reserve where they discovered an active mining site. This is a very big question. Forest guards, are they aware of what is going on? What gave them the main kind of say, is it that you are protecting these Chinese workers? That is a question to be answered later in their quest into Omojuma. A Toyota Land Cruiser V8 attempted to flee, but 2 Chinese nationals on board were apprehended. A 3rd suspect managed to escape. The team found 4 excavators, 3 of which had already been immobilized, while the 4th was disabled on site. Investigators also discovered evidence of river diversion, 2 heavy-duty water pumps, and 12 makeshift mining structures, of all which were destroyed. You have redirected the water source, baby, and so now and careful. Oh, redirecting already a fluent is and confirm po a crewman and communia be sampled the enema. Oh, okay. So this is what is going on. So a range of items was seized, including cash amount of 10,050 Ghana cedis, mobile phones, radio communication equipment, fuel drums, and control boards. NAMOS has since transferred the 2 Chinese suspects to its headquarters in Accra for further action. And preliminary findings suggest that the arrested Chinese nationals have been operating under the cover of a Jomoro community mining project allegedly granted by the local chief Nana Kwame Nkansa. And it's our local mining biao. According to NIMOS, the pair are believed to be financiers of galamsey in the area, providing logistical and financial backing to illegal miners. The task force warned NIMOS will not hesitate to arrest and prosecute any foreign nationals or local sponsors found to be aiding and engaging in galamsey. And na nshemu kyerɛ sɛ sankɔfo China fo mienu na yɛakye ɔmo no ɔmo na ɛfandi ɔmo de sika ɔmo na de sika biara ba ɛma ɔmo de ɛyɛ saa galamsey nneɛma a ɛkɔ so no. In a separate operation at Esipon near Asankregwa in the western region, the task force visited Bugat mining, where Burkinabe nationals were found working at the site located near the Kwama stream and a major road. And he ultimately said, "Omo ye mining no in this Kwama stream at Esipon near Asankregwa western region." Burkina for Omufri Burkina Faso or Ibrahim Traore and Kofoni Bino Matiesim. And also Abba Asankregwa Esipon Omo mining a quite major road. Although the owners claimed to have obtained license in 2012, operatives raised concerns about the employment of foreign nationals at the site. And this is the update. A free Hoba. A CAT excavator was immobilized, and NIMOS directed the owners to report to its Accra headquarters on Thursday, 9th October, with all Burkinabe workers for verification. And Burkinabe workers, do they even have permits to work in Ghana here? Another Misa Ghana Hano, to say Bibia Nyejuma. Bibia Nyejuma. Galamsey na kuhu senga yenya impono. Sisi ade. Makofa Burkina for na mudi omo ejumano. And it is one sad story about galamsey honsensem update NIMOS National Anti-Illegal Mining Squad omo atieguma omo etimi achenkofo omo nkoso na omo ndi jumane sana betimi aboa. And ya sha omo se enne ya wade omo report ewo NIMOS headquarters ewo Accra na omo ne omo Burkina Faso workers ni nyina amumra na mo yeme verify say no kre mo permit because asankragwafo ne de omo so mo permit a omo de eye adwuma no na yomumra ne verify some pamo permit I chese mo betimi aye mining ewo honum enti that is the update coming from NIMOS. If you have any comments, you can leave it in the comment section, live comment section. We'll read it for you. You be kind amount na ya bolding ya who say yes, okay home and I did show no the Abronye. This is our update. The mamo back to back. Enti next on our update. Okay. Eti na who say within this same story, you know, and net the DA will follow up and see if say omo ababe pima. One part of the story now, and I say right up now me can, you know, it was very sad. Say in so po the was say na we no was I redirecting no and say you say efa esipon and ekwa nipa na director na de akwa for baby fufuro enti esipon fo nim say oh enso ya mena mu ni nso fa ha a yenya bisa ede ye nyina no ade be kine na nso ne mabio eye den ne nso no emmabio. I mean some of these things when you listen to like on jini obia ho say wa mu nso na tifi nso na ja mu yusu nso no de ye mo ne ma on fa mo ho kra mine na all ye na nkasa ena ehia no eno na otie mu ahu say I mean, there are a lot of things going on in Ghana. Because yes, Ghana ni ni bottom sika obenya. As a foreigner, waba Ghana juma wakofa pump. And so the funny thing, crying say, enya about the redirection crowd. The machine ni too so no more pumping so ne babontia. I mean, they are emptying the river Nankasa in so na temu Nankasa. They are emptying it for a different thing. Ejumon says when tata hosa tanta insua also nke flow kama na timemufo nya bisa ede de osom de no na we nyina ekoso enti yebebo NIMOS for number so enche bia na ye mo 5 million Ghana cedis ene 5 cars pickup trucks say omo emfa enye adwuma enti yebebo maba so with omo operations a omo go so a omo and yes, let's give you our next update. Our next update, Dr. Zaneto Rollins, NDC for be omo supporting people from the Rollins factor. Dodwana who say, oh, mami obetimi abedi president e Ghana ha. Dodwana etepeno say obetimi and so the very first female president of Ghana. And that is Dr. Zaneto Rollins. Now, what is she also saying? She visited the Odo River, Odona, the aftermath of in so toy, and any 2 days in so atopa, Ghana ha, ama flat, baby, Emma Aquia or as a Western region, Noah. Second Noah, man for started friend or say, hey, Noah, walk he that bang na baby and so now start you. I who on crying. Till that bang and a baby, acquaintance 25th December. And was an so be ari. Until you knew baby acquired the nation and I could see. And the doctors are not Rollins, or TC moi, or course, say a year the aftermath of a and so a toy or visit a year or donor, it was circle, close to circle. Sounds so bar around the Paloma Hotel. On the Paloma Chihona Swabida ho. It's young court na yango share Dr. Zaneto Rollins and a visit and in some of the 2 on site with a project I must start a course of cry or a sa in soon Paloma Chihona. Yango share video in your basis here.
So we're in Asylum Down at the moment with the engineers and the Director of Works from the Ministry of Works and Housing, as well as with the contractor. And we've had some heavy rains in the last week. If you notice, there's a huge amount of erosion that has happened over here. Last week, Tuesday, we had quite a heavy downpour, and when I came around that night, this was not the case. And now, since Wednesday, this is what has happened, this level of erosion, which means that it's putting the residents at risk. It also puts at risk the electricity poles, which means that we're risking either electric fires or some kind of injury to residents. And so the engineers are here with the Director of Works, and I think they're trying to see how to resolve this issue as quickly as possible to stop the level of erosion that's happening, because it's become a real health hazard, a safety hazard for those in the area, as well as it means that the scope of work is now a little more than planned because of what has happened with the erosion here. Earlier on, we were in Odona as well, the Odona garages, as well as around the Odona market, to see the level of flooding, the level of silting of the Odor channel, as well as the works that are happening over there. A lot of discussions are happening around the issue of open drains versus closed drains. The problem is when you have a covered drain and you have solid debris coming from upstream, it almost defeats the purpose, because we then, who are downstream from all where the solid waste is coming from, we become the victims of flooding as a result of the volume, the capacity being reduced within the culverts, which means that we end up with water overflowing and people's homes and workplaces getting flooded. And so this is just part of making sure that we're bringing attention to the seriousness of what's happening in the constituency, so it's addressed in a timely fashion.
NT Dr. Zaneto Agyapong Rawlings and I quoting in cancer or did some to at the sites of a year. Some of a year the dangers are the flood no put into in that particular area within Asylum Down, stretch in Shona from Equaquinim into Asylum Down. Now, when or Sansoni, Mr. Ebenezer Mark Tete, on also a Ministry of Works and Housing, or no Esanso core sites bio echo inspect I mean how best they can resolve that particular incident now, and I say erosion now echo so and someone already told you about how they can be able to resolve that particular damages now echo so with the flooding and someone almost already told you
completely eroded. And people's homes, you know.
Araco. Fast, we need you.
Yes.
You are the consultant, so we need you.
So we're currently in Asylum Down now, which is part of this whole project. And last week we had some flooding in the constituency, and there wasn't this level of erosion at the time. So we're here with the Director of Works from the Ministry of Works and Housing, as well as the engineer and the consultant, to let us have an understanding of what's going on here, because it's becoming a hazard to the residents, because this level of erosion is actually going to people's homes now. The road is totally very fast. This stretch. Yeah. And this exactly. No, it wasn't, because I was here last. Was it Thursday or so?
We're here Wednesday.
The day it rained, I came that evening. Tuesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Tuesday night I came over here, and it wasn't like this. Oh, wait a minute. There was this bridge as well. People are still using it, but I'm concerned about the structural integrity. Yeah, given the level of erosion that's happening around it, will it be fine?
The issue is once we demolish, there's no this, and the drain here will be covered.
Yes.
So ask the contractor to quickly do something here.
It will be covered?
Yes, yes.
No, the volume of waste that comes from that side. Every time it rains, we have like a whole island of solid waste floating from here, and it goes all the way down there. So if you cover it...
So I think, Madam, now the collection of the debris will have to be
upstream.
at that section, so that here will here, so I think maybe
If
the contractor is here. So.
if you can't make sure they're collecting it, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, just after the road, the debris are just after the road.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
That's the right thing done. Whether trucks come to dump.
Madam, we thought through all this in the design. So then we came up to say, apparently they were suggesting we should put a screen. But when we put the screen, what happened is that it trapped debris will be flooding upstream. So then we said, okay, so then we should allow everything to flow through to where we'll be sighting the sand trap. So when it runs through, it gets there, it will go and settle, then we collect it from there. We had that thought, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So contractor.
I mean, we
asked to do something. When we started doing and it started raining. Where did you start from?
See, we started piling up the boulders over there.
That three.
What you don't get is that vehicles cannot come here.
They have to take the excavator to go and pick the materials one after the other and then bring them. And like I said, that place, the vehicle cannot even try them. But I can assure you that if we have this tooth of this rain, that fence won't go.
let them start where the erosion is starting.
The whole side sloping now was there. The whole side sloping now was there. That's how come we started from there. So it was yesterday's rain that started the erosion from this part to the
I think we need to start from there. They don't want to go. So you see where they've started from. Yeah. You should start piling that from there.
Now that the rain of yesterday has taken away that food. But as of yesterday, this whole place was still intact.
So next rain, we tell that friends will go to the building. You see the high tension. You see where it is. And we did the relocation.
Contractor.
This is dangerous.
No, this is not us. This is the effect of the rain. It has nothing to do with us.
And now it's making the water pass elsewhere.
Yes, so that was the initial plan. This is the working area. This is where we are supposed to work. So before you can work within this area, we have to redirect So it was the rain that actually broke the diversion that we did, and then had to find another way through here. So the initial diversion that we did, it was still here, and this whole place was okay. So we've actually done excavation here. We've actually done blinding here at this point. We are just
we need to safeguard here.
Yes,
that's the first we need to do now. We need to
Can it be done today? Because if this is less than 24 hours old, then
unfortunately when it rains, the ground gets soggy. We can't control it by something. And then again, the other side over there.
But Ben,
there's
when
rain
the truck
forecast for the next 24 hours.
when the truck sits that side and dumps it there, then they start moving backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, they can start doing it backward, pushing it backward. So they safeguard it. Okay. I mean, we need to do that for now.
We can start this from here. Like we were saying, after yesterday, all these things didn't exist. After yesterday, all these didn't exist.
Because the next rain,
because of
I'm
the
telling
effects.
you, this
So
is
now that
what
has happened, this is when we now have to act on the action of the rain. After yesterday, there was the side slopes from the trapezoidal drain all fixed and intact after yesterday. That's how come we started from where we started even building up from.
That's what I'm. But you know, last week on Tuesday, it affected the pole there. There were sparks and the lights were
relocated. But we have to let them again that. So that even if it was, it's not safe.
James, this will cause a huge problem if.
Okay, Yes, so that was a Dr. Zaneto Rollins, inspection or coy, a salam down, a year, and so a dahwa, as I say, a gata or side. I mean, a cause danger to the residents in the homes and between. Yes, our legend, Charles, Kojo for Sudadi Lumba, Nyame and Fanny Currency. I mean, free mono and Sambebre and a free a year, family. Friends, someone money year Jumani a day. Some be now, but now what is the latest updates on a year Daddy Lumba? You know, name says a year no. A bush a penny coffee usu at the date by a bush a penny say a year 6th December. I will buy Sports Stadium, Maji Stadium, Nina, a Coffee Stadium, Media Quailumbe ye, and a vigil our year or Black Star Square in Nipado Dwa. It's me call a Pinaxtv, the updates be Brena de Bremo. Now, what is the family saying about a date in Ayasheno? The immediate family of a Daddy Lumba, Omo Edi Abetuja, the press release, Kessia, 10 Edi Abaye Bekain, na yedi emu update Nina Edi Ama. What is, what's really the year update no entails? Yes, this is a press release. Clarification from the direct family of the late Charles Kojo Fosu Daddy Lumba for immediate release. We ya and eba and Kensu 9th year. Ya and eba 9th October 2025. It has come to our attention that information regarding the funeral arrangements of our beloved husband, father and brother, Mr. Charles Kojo Fosu, popularly known as Daddy Lumba, has been circulated on social media without a consultation or approval from his immediate family. Hearing about your own husband's funeral plans for the first time through social media is deeply distressing. This situation clearly shows that Ebusua Penyin Kofi Wusu and the funeral committee are acting in their own interest without regard for the wishes and rights of the deceased direct family. Now, Osha first part na the direct family no omo ete say yebesi omo papa omo ade nyina omo bra on 6th December no omo kote wo social media ho no omo kote na say omo ni omo anhia ene omo ani nkomo anka ho hwe ena omo koya say omo ni say omo kote ewo social media and Daddy Lumba ne ma ene ni close family members no omo ena ede release we aba say omo share date no omo ambisa omo hwe omo anji bibia mfiri omo ho ena Abusua Penyin Kofi Usu ede ni date ebetu dwa ekoso say clarification from the direct family or say we the direct family of the late Mr. Late Charles Kojo Fosu of the late Mr. Charles Kojo Fosu, whose untimely passing occurred on 26th July 2025 in Accra, are releasing this statement to address misleading information and to set the record straight. On 8th October 2025, Abusua Penyin Kofi Usu granted an interview in which he publicly stated, yes, a particular day no ni interview no or state here the chair say I mean ordinary date ni niema etu dwa but you betimi ma na confirm kakra ma me or the etu ni date na etu dwa data ye be ye no. So yes, so he publicly announced the funeral date for Mr. Fosu without consulting Mrs. Akosia Sewa Fosu, the legal wife, or their children. This action shows a complete lack of respect for the immediate family, who must make appropriate preparations a year before traveling to Ghana for the funeral. Since the passing of Mr. Fosu, there has been continuous and deliberate efforts to marginalize Mrs. Akosia Sewa Fosu, the wedded wife, in a funeral-related decisions. This behavior is unacceptable and contrary to both cultural and moral principles. Additionally, questions remain about the exact cause of death, and investigations are still ongoing. Abusua Penyin ba de betu dwa no wa bisa omo hwe said the medical kan no omo de betu dwa abra no angasa ne yire a mramu kire se ono ne da so te a omo njaye Mrs. Akosia Sewa Fosu omo njaye na omo da so te, the legally wedded wife bibia mo mbisa no hwe na mo de betu dwa sɛ mo bɛyɛ yie the date nyinaa ba nti wei nyinaa ka ho ɛna ɛyɛ abusua no ɛde abɛto dwa ɛyɛ the direct family ɛde abɛto dwa nti wonim sɛ yɛwɔ external family wei na ma saa nkɔmmɔ no nyinaa ɛhu bɛhia wɔ ha ne yɛkɔ school ne yɛka nuclear family extended family yɛsi wei yɛ he ne yɛkɔ akɔ yusu nti wei extended family no ɛna de abɛto dwa sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo date aba ɛna nuclear family no nso so se daabi yɛnti ase because man consulting nti yɛhwɛ legal and marital clarification na yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛm sɛ Daddy Lumba na wari ɔne ɛyɛ Mrs. ɛyɛ Fosu ɔne no ɛwari yɛ na akɔsɛ asɛ wa Fosu ɛwari yɛ na yɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛm legal and marital clarification. We also wish to remind the public that Mr. Charles Kojo-Fosu was a citizen of the Federal Republic of Germany and was legally married to Mrs. Akosua Sewa Fosu on 23rd December 2004 in Bochum, Germany. Under German law, no man who is already legally married can enter into another marriage. This is clearly stated in the German Civil Code. I don't know the other one, BGB, as follows. Under Germany, Mramuno, Sewa Warrior. I mean, all of a sudden, no it is clearly stated. Or say a marriage may not be entered. Or say a marriage may not be entered into one of the persons if one of the persons is already married. Inti, wouldn't mean court marriage from Wabra. Wawari dada. I mean, normally, you say Wawari. Wouldn't all of a sudden, Wasako Wari will be before. Mremuno, Germany, and Tasia. What does this mean? This law strictly forbids anyone in Germany who is already legally married from entering another marriage, whether in Germany or abroad, as long as the first marriage is valid. Any second marriage entered into while the prior one still exists is legally void under a German law. And legal action on my take legal action being on my take against a date na the above and almost due to the confusion and lack of proper communication from the funeral committee, the direct family has filed an injunction on both the funeral date and the burial arrangements until proper dialogue and consensus are achieved. And this is the injunction. That is the big blow and the big news and the big update. A year injunction at 2 years so. And a year now, you say 6th December no. I'm here now. It's me across. Could drew a year 2026 mu. And I want here no. And this is a year coming from the nuclear family and also the direct family of Daddy Lumba. Omo message about message to fans and supporters. To all Lumba fans and music lovers across the world, we deeply appreciate your love, loyalty, and patience during this difficult time. We kindly ask you to disregard any unofficial dates behind the aba. They announce it a year. So this is from the direct family of Daddy Lumba. So any unofficial announcements regarding the funeral arrangement, the family will provide verified updates through official press releases soon. We assure the public that a respectful and dignified farewell will be given to our beloved Charles Kojo-Fosu, one befitting his legacy and the love he shared with millions through his music. Thank you for standing with the family during this period of grief. Signed, the family secretary on behalf of the direct family of the late Charles Kojo-Fosu. And the direct family, no, at the press release, now extended family is also at the almost granted interviews at the dates but and this is from the nuclear family omode abba disregarding the data ya communicating the ama Lumba fans any Ghana for nyina say see the the injunction kese the ato so in the 6th December why wadwen say wo hye nema plans wo akopie mu Kumasi a na wadwen ho mienu because see the injunction ato so for a 6th December no. And this is Pinaxtv Pinax updates are the Abrano. Yes and run energy bebre e Ghana ha. So next update no Bremo Sports kakra and sana ya sorry so crack. Nti release a free FIFA airban say Ghana's qualification enra yen nyina ye hu ne say Ghana a qualify See, at the end the Ghana qualifying, it is unofficial. This is from FIFA. Or much say it is unofficial. Adding a unofficial because Ghana still has a game to play. Ebi mo dodo na hu ne say with Ghana's goal difference, plus about 16 goals at Ghana won. No team can overturn it. Into any qualify. What happened between Libya and Cape Verde? He say Libya lead about 3 goals. Now mutimiti na Mahama Cape Verde ba ya betete ba ne be 3-3 goalkeeper jina ho ball ye ball and na kire say match fixing no still na in free ho because anything can happen. So the update is telling us that it is unofficial at FIFA. Say Ghana are qualified, but officially the Hanum Ghana for do na edge many. Why? Because Ghana is supposed to draw the game Comoros Bebo on Sunday. That is according to the points. Ghana has to draw because if Madagascar win their next match against Mali, Nese Omo Ekoda almost 22 points. And see, Ghana lose points difference is going to be the same. Ghana will be on 22 points. Madagascar too is going to be on 22 points. But head to head. Ya share Madagascar home and away. But the only difference which tells us say and as I makes Ghana's qualification unofficial as of now, FIFA hasn't communicated it and it say if anything can happen, say Madagascar etimi ko Mali about 4-5 goals Bamako. Now Comoros and Susu Ghana almost be Ghana about 6, 7 and 8 goals it means say a goal difference it will be cancelled because now they look at points, they will come and look at a goal difference and then they look at a head to head. And a man unofficial. And officially a bet me a confirm it on a Sunday. So let's read what we have here. Ghana practical measure going into the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It is not official. Despite say a share Central African Republic 5-0 and and just ya qualify say and FIFA muno qualification system the mathematics it always takes a precedence over a momentum. Ghana are on top with 22 points followed by Madagascar 19 points. Both teams one game even though Ghana's goal difference it is an advantage to Yen a massive of 8 goals. It remains theoretically possible. Say that gap it can be overturned. And I make an theory book you come out to say Nema we bet me so baby now we want to say I bet Ghana best 5-8 what I say of which name saying to me see but and I didn't can cite match of course between Libya and Cape Verde who they see. And you say for Ghana to miss out 2 extraordinary events would have to unfold in perfect and improbable harmony. One, Ghana, one of them, Ghana would need to suffer a very heavy defeat against Comoros. And the Black Stars host Comoros and Sunday Comoros enable. And scenario say Ghana, I will say it to me a collapse completely. Lose should be around 3-0, 4-0, and as a 5-0. And that will not only hand them 0 points, but also drastically cut their goal difference, opening the narrowest of mathematical windows. And you better say a bit your goals so drastically. Now the second scenario named Madagascar. So Madagascar, so they have to pull off a near miracle in Bamako. Yes, it will be a miracle. So Madagascar be called Bamako because Mali, after Ghana share 2-1 in 2024, Bamako 2-1. Home match be including African Cup qualifiers. No more winning. And you don't have any EBS or it's me show amana ye. And Madagascar has to pull a miracle in Bamako. And then also Musutimi share bears a 5-4. 6 goals and Sana or and so etimia overturn Ghana's qualification to the World Cup. To overtake Ghana, Madagascar wouldn't just need to win; they will need to win a big answer. So this makes Ghana's qualification unofficial on the website of FIFA. And in short, both extreme results would need to happen on the same day. Ghana losing heavily and Madagascar winning by an equally heavy margin to overturn the goal difference and snatch the top spot. That's the only reason FIFA's confirmation is on hold. And as of now, FIFA hasn't confirmed Ghana's win. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is ticketing. Tickets now about Bonteno. It is quite outrageous. In as much as Ghana Etimiako winning, a Democrat suggested as a thank you to Ghanaians for their support, because you're crashing out of African Cup. Still now you could see Ghanaians still loved these Black Stars. They went out to watch their games, and as a thank you to the fans and communion free gate, because they say auto ticket ukuta ticket so kwanya befa so be stadium no na brawa breno enti ticket na mo ton dey okay fine some so be ton ye but mo fan hye ye ngu kwan mu a, because they say as auto ticket na e o say wo now we call the idea the tones and yes, mo ticket in ye now the next thing too is the sports minister and also adding some Atudja Kofi Idi Adams honorable. Ninsem or the Atudja no ebi mo say does it mean say Otuado no na dey World Cup no? This is what people are asking, because the minister seems not to be content with coach Otuado ne niema oye no. Amount for Dodona, Dodona Bonabaso, because 9 matches and I say matches I have bought for the World Cup qualifiers. No, Otuado Ayadie, in himself Ayadie, World African Cup no na Nkoye said you're betting free Wakra Hano, World Cup idea. Ayadie. Now Kofi Idi Adams honorable or say he is not content, he is not satisfied with coach Otuado. The modern more all bosses here, and he say he can do more. And he can do more, no? And no amount for Bisa say, does it mean say yet or no idea about World Cup now after so they are qualifying? No, and no so as a for if free the honorable sports minister ho deba. And yaha Pinaxtv. Here's a Sunday a party or Accra Sports Stadium. And we brought you a lot of updates, baby. And so if you are still with us now, one starting with us on our YouTube, you can go back and then watch this show and answer this updates from scratch. So updates baby from Kennedy Agyapong, Abronye, Ghanaian based lady Arehosem wako ewo Obiman. So Ghana Police Service ewo Upper West region almost actually serial killers for they are suspects as we speak now. High Court justices and so I was saying so in a ne and also so and also updates I de Ebremo. Chama want to me 106 years to and I said 25 years and I will bet me I'll come in case you're finding guilty of an insema de abono no. It's also Ebremo Sarah Adwa Safo and also so Nensen Sam say on the right heir to a yes Nasafo Kantanka. It's also the Sam George and that Mapo almost also update. Reverend in Tim Ford Jones will be counter on Ghana Armed Forces or more recruitment or more a year. Chinese form units also yachi or more Jomoro Western region. Naimos and so watching go be brave Burkina Faso almost see the whole updates bro. We bet me a ko echi na wako share how the whole thing unfolded. Dr. Zaneto Rollins on also so ending asylum down. Ne Paloma Tiho assess the impact of a year in so a toy na watchimu. And also wadi ho dwuma and Daddy Lumba also na yere ne ma e de abetudwa say omo the injunction ato 6th December date ya share no so and the last updates and so the bremo from the camp of the Black Stars. Ghana's qualification unofficial as we speak now from FIFA omo de abetudwa and to be official come Sunday and Adama say ceremony etna ebesi sesemre ayamamo update. Yes, you can still bring in your comments. You can leave it under the post. In our next update, ebetimi akan ede amamo. Enti yedemo ebesi aha Pinaxtv yedemo say ceremony etna abesi sesemre. Yebesan so ehia ebio.